You're listening to LONGBOX CRUSADE Podcast, Episode 52, featuring the adventures of Superman 491, cover dated June 1992. And welcome to the 52nd episode of the LONGBOX CRUSADE. I am your host, Pat, aka DJ Chris Tatos. The LONGBOX CRUSADE is a podcast where each episode a random cover month and year is chosen, and the issue is selected from one of the LONGBOX CRUSADE crew members' comic collection. Each episode we will summarize, review, and reminisce about the issue, ads, and events of that time period. Joining me on this episode is Jarrett Albrick, the yard sale artist. 10 words or less, what's your current crusade?
Further Adventures of Indiana Jones, 12 recordings left.
Ooh. Wow. That's less than half. You're almost done.
That's right, 34-issue series. I'm in the last year, using 12 issues, one a month.
Ah, yeah. Very cool. Exciting. Now let's go ahead and go to Jason the Weasel Skull Albrick. 10 words or less.
Yard work.
Yard sale work? Yard sale work or?
Just yard work. Weather's nice, man. Got to get out there, get that lawn cut.
Trim that up. Get those, all that.
I love working the yard. Pop those dandelions. Good stuff.
Sounds like
I'm over here shaking my head. I did enough yard work as a kid. I'm paying somebody now. Screw that.
I did need some yard work done too, so gonna get there eventually. Well, let's go ahead and go to Delvin the Dark Web Williams. 10 words or less, what's your current crusade?
Just celebrated my 48th birthday.
Yay! Ooh. Anything exciting?
Nah. Went to jiu-jitsu, which I was trying to avoid talking about. And then I went and had an early supper with my wife because she was like 3:45 was the only time that I could get for a restaurant we go to here in town called 131 Main. It's a nice restaurant. It's classy, but we could go dressed like we all are. I don't think anybody would put too much of a fuss up about it because people don't put too much of a fuss about it.
I don't think you're wearing pants right now, though.
Well, top up, Jerry.
Maybe one or two of the rest of us either. So.
Guess which Crusaders members aren't wearing pants? People in the chat, which is Kathy.
Or if you're listening to this on the podcast, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, who's less likely to be wearing pants? But yeah, that was mainly it. I did that and tried to go to a local karaoke, but a fight broke out. It was scandalous. It's like, what in the world is going on? Like, I got to do one song, and then I was like, it wasn't a lot of people. I was about to walk up and do another song, and then this dude just bum rushes another dude. It was like, boom, and hit the DJ's table, and it was like, what in the Jerry Springer is going on right now?
Did you look over?
Can we not have nice things?
Yeah. Did you look at him and grab the mic and say, "Don't you come around here? Don't want to see your face. You better disappear."
Oh man, the dude, the host said to Delvin, "Pick a good song, man." Fight broke out. Delvin goes, "Give me G7, Street Fighting Man." And he goes, "That you just hit G8," and it was Rupert Holmes' Pina Colada song. This bit has been brought to you by was that great movie with Norm Macdonald, Dirty Work.
Dirty Work.
Dirty Work. It's like a fight's gonna. It was at the jukebox. Better pick a good one. Street Fighting Man. G7. You just hit G8. And they had a fight to Pina Colada.
It's a good song. Good song.
Delvin can sing some Rupert Holmes.
Yeah.
Never tried.
Someday we're going to get you to do it. if you like the pina coladas and getting caught up in the rain.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, speaking about getting caught up in the rain, we would like to invite you to be part of the show by submitting your comments and memories, which will be featured on a future show. Reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, all at Longbox Crusade. And you can always leave a voicemail at 707-532-5269. That number again is 707-532-LBOX.
Pick up the pants.
We hope you come and along with us on this crusade.
You hope you what?
We hope you come along with us on this crusade to read them all.
Not as much space between coming along with us next time.
Now, before we get started with this episode issue, let's go ahead and take a quick podcast promo break, and we will be right back.
You know, I sure do like podcasting about G.I. Joe stuff on G.I. Joe Chronicles and Outpost on the Longbox Crusade Network.
You know, I do too. If there's only a way we could do it without microphones or computer screens, in person.
Well, Jared, have you ever heard of Kentucky?
You want to solve this with fried chicken? I mean, I'm not against it.
No, I mean Shepherdsville, Kentucky. They host a nice little one-day G.I. Joe toy show called Winterfest. The next one is on January 24th, 2026. I say we have a Joe Podcast community meetup there.
Still not sure where the fried chicken comes in, but count me in. Let me see if I can find some KFC coupons.
While Jared does whatever Jared does, let me remind you listeners that G.I. Joe Winterfest is on Saturday the 24th of January, 2026. The location is Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Website is GIJoeWinterfest.com. Jared and I would love to meet the listeners of G.I. Joe Chronicles and Outpost and any other Joe podcast while we're there. We're even going to set up a meet and greet dinner for after the show on Saturday.
Not if I don't find these coupons.
All right. If anyone's interested in joining us for dinner, send an email to contact@longboxcrusade.com. So again, G.I. Joe Winterfest is January 24th, 2026 in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. And our contact email is contact@longboxcrusade.com. We'd love to see you there.
Buy 2 biscuits for the price of 2 biscuits. What kind of coupon is that?
All right, well, let's get into the featured comic for this issue. It is The Adventures of Superman, issue number 491, cover dated June 1992. The credits for this issue are always provided by Mike's Amazing World. Publisher was DC. It's got a cover date of June 1992. Its on sale date was April 28th of 1992. Cover price was $1. Editor is Mike Carlin. Writer is Jerry Ordway. Penciler is Tom Grummett. Inker is Doug Hazelwood. Letterer goes to Albert Tobias de Guzman.
Well, you were right the first time.
Oh, was it? Wow.
Which I'm impressed. You're on a roll.
I'm on a roll. Shh. And the colorist is Glenn Whitmore.
I got excited when I read the book too. I was like, yeah.
I'm like, did she change her name? No, it's the oh well. The cover credits go to penciler Tom Grummett and inker is Jerry Ordway. And let's go ahead and go over to Jarrett for that cover description.
That's 2 titans of the
yeah.
comic book world. Tom Grummett and Jerry Ordway on the cover. That's excellent. Let me describe it. The classic DC bullet logo. How I love it. And Superman is zooming out of his corner box. The Adventures of Superman logo is yellow with purple highlights. And the main action shows Metallo in a new large body towering over a seemingly defeated Superman. He's trying to get up from the rubble. And a cover blurb where the UPC would go on if this was a newsstand edition states Cerberus plus Metallo equals pain. Back to you, Pat. I didn't do any bits or riffs. It's a straight up cover description.
Yeah, so that throws me off. I'm like, well, is he doing something? Is he not doing something?
I don't know. I did it straight for once.
Straight up. That's
straight
what
up
you had to tell me. Yeah.
We're going to discuss this cover, and we're doing this in the super secret on patreon.com/Longbox Crusade. Yeah, Crusaders Club member only live recording.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the chat, one of our live viewing members, which is one person right now, feel free to tell us what you think about the cover, because Pat's going to be asking.
Well, let's go ahead and find out what we all thought about this cover. I'll go ahead and give it to Jason to start us off.
Ooh, I dig this cover. I've never been a big Superman reader, but I think this one really grabs you. Metallo's kind of a cool villain, very menacing. He's kind of taking up the whole page there a little bit. And you got Superman down on his knees, just looking beat down. The colors are great. Yeah, this is a good one. It's one that makes me want to pick it up and read it.
Exactly. When I pulled this out of my stack of comics, it's what grabbed me and went, yeah, let's do a Superman for my Longbox Crusade episode. So I'm glad you liked it. But let's find out, did Delvin like it?
Yeah, it's likable for sure. I have heard of Metallo before. Is it Metallo? Metallo?
I think they call him Metallo, like in all the cartoons and stuff.
Yeah,
That's where I heard it.
That's how I picked up Metallo.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Metallo. I'll say that, and then I'll say Metallo later. You know, but
That's what I do.
We'll be like, oh, Delvin doesn't even know how to say. But Pat will feel your pain,
bro.
Pat will feel your pain. Colossus and Oreo, so you're fine.
Right, true.
For Panther, the list goes on.
Cerebral.
So I do like it.
That's my guy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Superman is looking beat up. Tom Grommet is clearly just meant to draw Superman, because the man can really draw Superman. He just really, really can. And Metallo's looking very menacing. Like, they basically gave him the cover, like making him look. And I have only collected Superman off and on. Like, I would probably venture to say I have less than 75 Superman comic books. So I don't know whether Metallo is like a top tier, but I know that he's handed Superman a couple of whoopings sometimes. So, I mean, I think it's major enough.
Has anybody else read a lot of Superman? Jarrett, hand is up. Jason?
I probably should have come off mute because the listeners are like,
No,
okay.
like Delvin, I kind of dabbled in it.
Okay.
Yeah, so like when Grant Morrison had the All-Star Superman run, I read some of that, and then Bendis did a run on Superman that I read, so I jumped in and out.
Okay.
Jim Lee drew for like 12 issues or something like that. I collected it then. Or was that Batman? No, he did Superman too, I think.
No, he did Superman with Brian Azzarello. Yeah.
Thank you. It didn't make any sense, but you know, but it was pretty to look at.
I like Jason. I dabbled from late 80s into about this period, and then I started subscribing to. I subscribed to Super Books for a few years. But yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering. I would have thought you guys would have been a little bit deeper in this, but it's okay. I was collecting it too. So, and I have been in deep diving, trying to get all this Triangle era stuff. I think
I was going to say, Pat, I was remiss on the cover description to remind everybody this is the Triangle era, 1992's 23rd issue, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Fuzzy,
yep.
But
yep.
Yeah.
And it started in 1991. So this is just close to the second year of it starting off. And I think it went 11 or 12 to 2002 it went to.
Yeah,
So
it probably would bear mentioning to our listeners most of our listeners are nerds. In case you didn't know, it was kind of a clever thing they did with the Triangle era because there were so many super books. I want to say there was 4 plus specials and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they started doing a numbering system with a triangle at the top to tell you what year and what order number to read it in that year, which I think was pretty cool and handy when you have that many books.
X-Men needs to do the same thing.
For sure. That's a very smart
the poor
idea.
bastard who has to do the triangle numbering on the X-Men books at some point is going to be like, I don't know.
I mean,
so
the only time they really did that was when they had their crossover events. Then you got the little, the part 1 or whatever like that. But this was a really cool thing that they were doing. And, we could probably get to that after the synopsis and all that, but on kind of.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about the cover. I did.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's because that's part of the cover, and that's how you know that it's part of the Triangle era of Superman, which was a big thing, especially in these beginning years of it. Jarrett, go ahead and give us your thoughts on the cover.
All right, well, I'm at it. I'm going to take from the super secret chat from our Crusaders Club that gets in on this secret recording, which you could too, by the way, if you go to patreon.com/longboxcrusade. Enjoy the Crusaders Club for, I want to say it's like $20 a month or something like that.
Well, no, we have a permanent 95% discount off of that.
Whoa, hang on.
What?
It's $1. $1? Gosh, dang. Well, we do have someone in the chat who has commented as our good and loyal chat person. It is MVP Captivating Kathy Bright. She says, "Ooh, nice cover. I love it. Once again, this reminds me of the Queen album cover." Her and Jason were talking about probably, giant robot. He's at the mercy of the giant robot type of dude. She's getting a lot of these lately. But
it's a cool album cover.
It is great. It is a great all-timer. But I largely agree with the guys. And speaking of large, I like how Metallo is large and looming. I like how he's dark with the red lights on his chest. Really make him feel menacing. He kind of makes me reminiscent of Maximilian from the Black Hole with that dark, evil, scary robot. Because sometimes you look at Metallo fighting Superman, you're like, he's a robot. Like Superman just rip his arms off. Although I know somewhere along the line, maybe in the very beginning, but somewhere along the line, they gave him a kryptonite heart. So he's harder for Superman to beat, which I think is very clever. But man, he just looks so cool here. I mean, first of all, if you can get Superman to his knees in a pile of rubble, like, you're doing a good job, right?
Why'd you climb the stairs, Superman? They're fun.
And so yeah, cool smoke effect, and hats off to the colors because they did the smoke effect in like a pink, which you would think is like, cool. That's dumb, right? Like, what was it, like cotton candy, or is this the Valentine's Day issue or something like that? But somehow it plays really well to make Metallo even scarier.
Purple haze.
Yeah, it comes together really well. Yeah, Tom Grummett, Jerry Ordway. I mean, Grummett's going to end up penciling one of my favorite books of all time, which is Superboy. He's going to get like the first, 50 issues of that, something like that. And then Georges Genty takes over for him and does the next big run. It's like, don't get me started on Superboy. Let's talk about Superboy.
Hey, that's a good one to bring next on your turnaround, man.
I might need to do a Crusade. Have I brought Superboy to Crusade? If not, I need to. That was such a fun era.
I don't know.
They really
started.
And I'm talking this era of Superboy, like this 90s era is so great.
You brought Spy Boy.
I did.
Spy Boy, yeah.
Brought a boy, but not Superboy.
Anyway, I'm done.
All right. Well, yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. This was definitely a cover that stands out, and Metallo, however you want to say it, really stands out as menacing. And kind of the story kind of talks about it. I can see what they were kind of doing here and playing off of the zeitgeist of the time a little bit. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the story synopsis for this issue. The title is A Good Head on Your Shoulders. Superman has a fight with Metallo again, but this time Metallo is huge because someone gave him a big new robot body. Metallo hates bad Terminator movies, so he busts into one. Gangbuster, another hero, tries to fight him but gets his back broken. Again, yeah. This is
not the first time it's happened to Gangbuster. More like Backbuster.
Now it's up to Superman to stop this giant robot. Metallo's new body is super strong, but his head is still weak. Like in a video game, Superman keeps hitting Metallo's head until Metallo messes up and says his new body came from a bad guy named Cerberus. See, I was calling him Cerebro or something like that. But
Cerberus is right.
Yeah. Cerberus, okay. Superman and the cops then use green goo to block Cerberus signals to Metallo, like losing phone service. Especially back then in 1992. It was, man, you lost your service. You lost your service back then.
Your Cerberus service. It's hard to say.
Metallo stops and the city is safe. But poor Gamebuster is hurt again. For good this time? Me?
I can't remember, actually.
You'll have to read on to find out. All right. Well, with the story out of the way, let's go ahead and get to some stuff about this. Some other bric-a-brac. Stuff. I'm so used to the bric-a-brac, Let's go ahead and find out, what do you guys think about the story? And let's go to Jared.
Dude, reading this story in preparation for this week, I was like, this could be the most vanilla cookie cutter DC Comics story from 1992 possible. And I freaking love it. Like, it's absolutely what I wanted it to be. I was like, yeah, like it rang a lot of bells for me. Because first of all, I was like, I don't remember if in the comic they ever said that dude was Gangbuster. Because I don't think he was never in costume. And I was like, I think that's that Hispanic dude who's
they'd say his name is Jose. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just thought he was a bad citizen, man. That was like, good for you.
I didn't know
man.
who it was either. I had no idea who that was.
It was that distant bell was ringing for me because I haven't read these since the 90s. I was like, I think that's Gangbuster. And peek behind the scenes, I think at some point, I think Clark either lost his powers or went underground, and that was like his persona. He was being Gangbuster. You know how every hero's kind of pretended to be a different hero. Like Cap was, I think, Nomad for a while, and so on and so forth. Superman was Gangbuster or Clark Kent was Gang. But yeah, the Delgado guy is kind of cool because he is just like a really brave dude, and that's commendable. And I think he was dating Cat Grant at the time. I think they were at the movies together, in fact.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, so 92, and we opened with the Terminator references, of course, right?
Yeah.
And so there's Delgado, there's Jimmy Olsen, and he had that little rivalry with the dude. Oh, what was that guy's name? Help me out, somebody. Robert.
Jimmy's now, I think. Is what
no, like it was cool because they repaired he was repairing the friendship with him. Was it Trout?
Yeah.
Robert? Something like that. Again, all these memories just kind of flooding back. All these things I'd forgotten coming back. That's what made this a lot of fun for me. This is a show that centers around nostalgia, and it definitely hit me hard because I remember this kind of era of the whole thing. So I'll leave the rest for everybody else. I'm just very excited to read it. I was like, this is just hit me in my sweet spot. Yeah, fun, absolute fun.
Absolute fun. And Ronald Trout.
Yeah, Ronald Trout. Yeah.
Ronald Trout. Yeah.
Yeah, because they did a whole thing with I'm going to keep going. They did a whole thing with there was a whole other, there was the Daily Planet, and then Clark started working at the TV studio.
Kind of like Peter Parker did when he.
Yeah, and then they played with a lot of the Office stuff, like this guy kind of horning in on Jimmy the way that Lance Bannon's horning in on Peter. It was a lot of that, So it was a fun time. I'm really going to stop for now until someone says something else to make me run my mouth.
All right,
put a timer on that.
Let's go ahead and go to Delvin and see.
Delvin reminds me of the time.
Yeah, Lance Bannon, he was horning in on some other things too from that last issue that we read. But, I digress. I agreed with what Jared first said about it being absolutely cookie cutter, to the point where I read this first this afternoon. I was laying on the couch. I read it and I'm like, okay, I read the book. I've met my requirements for knowing that I read the book. And then a couple hours later, I was like, what was that book about?
It's so simple. I'm going to talk to you. It's so simple. It's he's going to fight Metallo. And that's about it.
And so I reread it and I did catch a few more nuances, and they should have at least let me know who the dude was who got his back broken, for me to care about it. Because my back again. And I'm like, who are you? I don't know who you are, bro.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right. I'm generally sorry that you got your back broke. You did a heroic thing trying to stop a supervillain who has beat up Superman. And heck, even in this one, he landed a punch that knocked Superman through a building. So, clearly, Metallo has some thump. So there's that. But I know we're going to talk about the art later. To me, just the thing that stood out, the art was just gorgeous. Goodness, Gromit can just draw. And that's one of those things that, I'm not going to, because I love me some 90s comics. I will never completely 90s comic books are terrible. They're not necessarily. But if you were to buy into the 90s comic book trope and all comic books are terrible, at a minimum, you open this book, the artwork was beautiful. Tom Gromit did not skimp on this at all, and Mr. Hazelwood as well. Don't want to forget him and the colors and all that. But Gromit really just shone through for this one. Just fantastic artwork.
For the benefit of our one person watching, I'll pull up. This is what Gangbuster looks like when he's in costume. So he's armored up. He's big on the nunchucks. sorry for the podcast listeners. I can't describe it. But besides
So-
that,
For
he
you listening, go ahead and Google Gangbuster Superman.
He looks like Dare Diablo.
basically,
Yeah.
and that's literally his shtick, is busting up gang activity in Metropolis. He's very street level, very daredevilish kind of guy.
Jared,
Anything else?
I am very surprised that you didn't say something book opportunity. You'd write a 4-issue miniseries about him.
Well, yeah. I think it would
Do I have to
sell.
do everything around here? Come on, man.
I think it would sell gangbusters.
Like hotcakes. Hotcakes.
I can see it now. Like, there's an editor at DC listening to our show, and he's like, "This guy might be onto something." And then the gangbusters pun comes. He's like, "No."
He had me.
And unsubscribe.
I don't know if a gangbuster ever got a mini or not. I'll get on that while Jason
I don't
finally
know.
gets to talk.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and go to Jason. What's your thoughts on the story?
Well, going with the cookie cutter theme, I kind of appreciated it. You know, it's just kind of diving into this era of Superman that I haven't read. And again, I didn't know who Gangbuster was at the beginning. I thought, well, this citizen's pretty brave, you know. I appreciated the kid that was like, I ain't leaving the seat till I get my $10 back, man. For the movie. I liked his moxie.
That kid was awesome. I gotta
He's
say.
just like, I ain't afraid of you. I want my $10 back. Talk about Superman, you know, the protagonist. I think probably one of the most recognizable heroes. And I think this book really showed the things that make Superman good and what makes him heroic. And it's not necessarily his ability to go toe-to-toe with Metallo. It's the fact that he tries everything he can to get Metallo to take the fight away from the city. He makes himself vulnerable to catch the car that Metallo throws because there's a driver in there. And he can't just catch it. He's got to kind of go with it so that the guy doesn't just go busting out the window. And so he's thinking of all these things. His priority is saving the people before fighting the villain. I'm going to say that again, DC Studios. Save the city before fighting the villain. You know, Warner Brothers, if you happen to be listening, just take
And Metallo, as a pure villain, is using it to his advantage. He actually says, I'm
he
using-"
recognizes it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. And so that brings me to the villain part. Metallo, like I said, is somebody that I know about. Honestly, I know most of them from Hero Clicks. You remember that old superhero kind of board game thing?
Snaps, Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins. Well, I had Metallo too, with the kryptonite in the chest, so he was always a good one to match up against Superman. So I knew a bit about his powers, but it was interesting to see, like Jared said, you know, he was cookie cutter villain. Like, he's just bad. Like, there's no reason for him to go busting through this movie thing. He just wants to freak people out and cause chaos and damage. So that's interesting. Hats off. The thing that I love the most about this book is that dude, Terrible Turpin, man. I don't know who the heck that guy was.
He's great.
But he was like the SCU Dum Dum Dugan.
Yes.
He just kind of came in there with his gadgets and he's just laying in to old Metallo and you know, his weapon jams, and he's like, well, I guess we'll go old school and I'll just beat you to death.
With it.
I was like, I love this guy, man. You know, I have no idea who Terrible Turpin is. I don't know how, you know, I want a series on Terrible Turpin. You know, I don't really care about Gangbuster, but Terrible Turpin, I'll read that.
Speaking of Gangbuster, Kathy in the chat, when I put the picture up, said thick thighs save lives. Because Gangbuster's got some meaty thighs, y'all.
Yes.
He does. He was wearing some tight pants, too.
Yeah, he didn't skip leg day. Nope.
No, he needed to wear a little bit looser pants so he could make that roll, so he could have got out of the way being stepped on.
It's a totally 90s thighs right there. Yep. Muscles. That's all right there.
Again, stepped on again.
Oh, well, I'm glad you guys all really liked this story. And it sounds like you really like the format that they got going on here. And that's was kind of the beauty of the Triangle era, because it's like reading or watching an episode like a soap opera, where every week there was another part of that story going on. So you had action and you were able to get character moments built up throughout this whole arc of the Triangle era. So that was the thing. It's like watching an episode every week. and you start to really get into this character if you were getting all 4 comics. And that was the point of it. You should be, because then you were getting a story continuing on from week to week to week to week, and they could start really investing in the characters. And I really liked it. And the minute I picked this up and read it, I'm like, oh, it's made me want to go back and start to reread the Triangle era again and just have some fun with it.
I got 2 thoughts on that, Pat, real quick. First of all, just, how the sausage is made, the way comics are made. We give a lot of credit to writers, pencilers, inkers, colors, right? In this Triangle era, when you're doing something of this scope, editors have got to stay on top of these storylines and meet with the deadlines so the books line up right on time. It's a lot of project management, which isn't sexy because you can't go buy a page of project management from an editor at a con. But man, is it key to victory when you're doing something like this. So kudos to them. And my second question, because Pat, you asked this question of other people a lot, and you probably know better out of all of us. Have they collected the Triangle era?
Yes, Jared. Yes, they have.
That's a good idea.
And I'm glad you asked, because they have. I think they're on volume 2 of the omnibus now. I came out in...
I'd be in on that.
Maybe a year or 2 ago. And I was just actually looking at it today to see how much it is. You can get the volume 1 on Amazon for $75 right now.
Nice. And I bet is it hardcover? Because I'm fancy.
Yeah, it's hard. I think it's a hardcover.
That price, it probably is. Yeah, and that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it collects. I can't remember how many issues that it collects. It's huge.
It's probably about, if I had to guess, it's probably about 3 years worth.
I think if you whack this on Gamebuster's back, you'd be out again. You'd take them out again.
I'd simply like to add very quickly, I can imagine, going to a comic book convention and finding like Mike Carlin is like, could you sign my Six Sigma book? I had to hold on to that joke while y'all were finished.
Good work on that. Let us know what else you got cooking in the background.
It'd be like the editors in there and Jared be the only one on the panel. Like, how much do you rely on the calendars?
Yeah. Do you ever have to wrangle a bunch of idiots that don't listen to you?
We'll have to edit that one out. Anyway, let's keep moving. All right, now that we talked All right, well, now that we got the story out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the story art. And Devil kind of already went over it pretty good, and I think we were all kind of saying things about it as well, too, but let's just get it down and out. So, I'll go back to Jarrett. Story art. What's your thoughts on it?
Grummett. Grummett's my guy. Again, I come from the Superboy. That was my jam of this era. It makes me wonder if the Superboys had triangles on them, because I don't remember if they did or not, if they were in it. He's nodding like I think they did.
Maybe. I think, again, I'm not a Superman guy, but I think if it had to cross over, it would have.
I can't remember. But yeah, Grummett on Superboy is incredible. Here he's very good. I mean, he's showcasing, I bring this up every time. It's like, especially from an inker's point of view, Hazelwood, inking the dang robot. Like, robots, you have to be precise. Like, there's not a lot of playroom. There's not a lot of room to be super artistic. You got to get all those straight lines. Get your templates out, inkers, because you're gonna need them to do all this stuff. And it looks great. It's great looking robot work. I mean, anytime you're gonna get Superman fighting Metallo, I mean, that's, if you're not a big Superman villain, he doesn't have the best rogues gallery, but Metallo's up there. He's up there as a cool one. So, I mean, it's all on show here. And all
right, well, let's go ahead and go to Jason. Thoughts on the story art?
Yeah, the art really complements the story well. The action scenes are well laid out. I think the key for a Superman action scene is it's got to be very visceral. You have to really feel those punches, and having him punch through a building and just see him like cars being tossed back and forth. And it's just rendered so beautifully and cleanly. And then with the quieter, more soap opera scenes, like the hospital scene, there's a lot of detail in there as well. So they don't skimp on the art in this book. And it probably would be easy to do. I imagine keeping 4 books on schedule and trying to sequence all of these chronologically was very difficult. So I imagine there'd be a temptation to rush some things, but I certainly don't get a sense that anything was rushed in this book. And, Grummet's just one of the best. So well done.
Well said, Jason. Delvin, anything to add on the artwork?
Nothing significant. Grommet, I think he was just meant to draw Superman. He has a great cartoony but realistic style that is just very fun to look at. And he did a fantastic job with both Superman. The one part that we did mention in the book that I thought was just very casually cool, but also very Superman, was he had to wash off that, basically Nickelodeon green slime. And so he went to like the nuclear plant basically and asked for permission. Yeah. And then went and dove inside to get all that to like wash off of him and stuff. Like all of that was a cool beat, but like pretty much I don't think there's anything from action scene to just regular scene that Tom Grummet and team drew that just wasn't like just spectacular to look at. And it's not surprising, right? It's Superman. I mean, even though it's Detective Comic books and technically Batman is the flagship title of DC, Superman is 1A, right? So like you're going to have your best artist on your top titles. And that is clearly what happened here.
Yes, definitely. I'm just going to add, I like the panel layouts throughout the action that was going on. It really helped move you through and flow as you were reading. And then also, I'll mention the letterer with either, the words used in the fights or just throughout it, I think helped you as well with the action of those, is that the artist doing it? Is that the letterer? I don't know.
Sound effects, it's always hard to tell. A lot of times it's the artist, but sometimes the letters sneaks in there and helps out. Yeah.
Helps out as well, too. Okay, good. Yeah, I really enjoyed this issue. Just bringing me back to Superman and having this enjoyable time with the Triangle era here.
No, it's a good bring, Pat. Like, have we covered Superman ever?
Voodoo Doom of
Superman, I think, yeah.
We don't talk about that.
And one other time we did, and I'm not going to remember.
Oh, did we do it on
specifics? It was in space. He was on an asteroid.
Oh, yes. Yeah. When was
the only reason I know this is because I've been doing the copyright cleanup for like the 160 flags we got, and I've done 25 of them, and it was one of them. And I was like, I forgot about that Superman cover.
Oh, what was it?
I was like, I need to go back and listen to that one because I forgot. Yeah. So basically twice on the entire history of the network, I've done Superman.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this one, but there's still Jared's part to do.
Yes, it is. Let's go a little deeper into the art and pretend that we are at a convention and Tom Grummet is there. And he says, hey, the LBC guys, I have every original page from 491. You can have one. If you don't take page 15, you're a moron. But hey, let's go around the horn and find out who's taking what. No, actually, there's a couple good pages in there. I know mine. I don't know. I love 15, but I won't describe it in case someone else probably picked it. I'll let somebody else.
That one's mine. That was going to be mine.
Then, all right, Pat, go ahead and you tell them about page 15, and we'll go counterclockwise then.
I was going to choose page 15. It's only 3 panels. On this page, it's 3 panels, a small one, a big one in the middle, and then another small one with Superman bashing Metallo in the face, and then a big, that's a left hand, a big left hand crackle around the face, and then Superman gets hit. So I'll just give a quick show on that one.
Yeah, that's an awesome page. No doubt.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Doubt. There's a couple other good ones, though. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen as we continue around, which goes to Jason.
I did like that one, but for me, it's about page 10, where he transforms in from Clark Kent to Superman, and then you just have that almost full page of him flying and the reflection in the building. I think that's just beautiful. I would love to have that on my wall.
That's my big time runner up. They're just flying through the city, man. How cool is that? Mm-hmm. How cool is that? All right, Delvin, you like one of those too, or are you going to go out on a limb?
No, I'm with page 10. I just think, and I didn't even get into the detail that Jason did. I just thought just the picture of like Superman flying, he just looks magnificent. He looks powerful. He looks strong. Like it's just beautifully drawn. So like, yeah.
And then you get that little box of him like doing the Clark to Superman at the top. That's just icing on the cake. Yeah, that's great. Great. All right. Well, there you have it, Pat. We've got some really good choices in this issue. But hey, it's Tom Grummett, so what are you going to do?
Uh-huh. All right. Well, one more thing about the artwork, and I don't know if you guys, once I saw Metallo, I was getting, I'm going to show you this one, is that like the second page when he's busting out in the theater.
Yeah, that looked good. I like that one too.
That was a good one, but
Double page spread, yeah, at the movie.
Yeah,
theater.
it's a double page spread. But when I see that and Metallo's that kind of skeleton looking Silverhead, you guys remember Scooby-Doo and the
alien? He looks like that.
That's right.
The glowing alien that comes down, and that's what it reminded me of. It was giving me that Scooby-Doo vibe.
It's good. Superman's going to do like Fred did on the Zombie Island one, where he goes to take the mask off and the whole head comes off.
The whole head comes out, yeah. Oh, all right. Well, let's go ahead and find out, does this bring back any memories from June of 1992? And I'll go to Jason.
Man, I think June 1992, I was in Fort Huachuca, Arizona, I believe. Or no, maybe I had just graduated. No, I went there in 91. 92, I just moved to Indiana. I was starting my journey at Purdue University at that point in time, living with my Aunt Peggy. Oh. And yeah, I wasn't really collecting comic books because college was expensive for your boy. And so I was working a couple jobs and trying to make it on the streets.
All right. Go ahead and go to Jarrett. What were you doing June 1992, or what memories does it bring back for you?
Well, I get two sets of memories, Pat, because I talk longer than I need to all over the place in this episode. But as June of 92 was a big summer for me, because that's the summer I moved from Fort Bragg, North Carolina to Fort Rucker, Alabama. That's where I would end up graduating high school there in Daleville, Alabama. So that was me arriving in where I would go to high school. That was my last military move with my family. So yeah, that was a big transition summer for me. And you know, who could have guessed all the things that spun out of that, but they're all good things. And the shifting gears though is, if I'm honest with myself, in 92, you know, I get all excited about this Triangle era. I wasn't reading this like, I was staunchly a Batman guy. And I thought Superman was lame. Like for the longest time, I was like, Superman's lame, no good. Right. And then I kind of turned on that a bit in college and I started enjoying Superman more. So my memories of the Triangle era was more like catching up, and let's say more like 98, 99, 2000. So I'm actually reading these not in June of 92, but the book. So the book gives me two sets of memories. One, moving to Alabama where I'd go to high school, and two was actually reading the books in college, where I acquired them and how is not important. I believe that leaves Delvin.
It does.
It does. I don't really have the heart to talk about what Jared's talking about. And so anyway, I was 15, so I'm still at home in Birmingham, Alabama. Nickname is the Heart of Dixie. So
easy, Delvin.
Anyway, story. It was, I don't even have a good one. 15. I was 15. So I'm pretty sure that I had to go take a test at some point since it was closing into the summer for my learner's permit, which, I mean, God bless my mom. My mom was really like the parent who taught me to drive. Like, that had to be scary. I don't think I was, like, Lord knows, I'm not the most freaking, I drive now like still staring at the phone half the doggone time. Like, I mean, you know, we didn't have that technology back then. Like I had no cell phone or whatnot, but that's the main thought I had was learner's permit. And I remember I took the test. You can miss 6 questions, and I missed 4. So your boy got close, but I did get my learner's permit on the first time. So I was happy about that.
All right. Well, June of 1992. Boy, it was it would have been a year after graduation. And so
the period of Pat's life we don't talk about is
yeah. Well, you know, it was good times. I was working hard, just getting out there in the workforce. Well, I've been in the workforce, but living on my own. I think I moved out with some other cool guys. We were all living, you know, doing the bachelor life and
two cool fun. Guys.
Yeah, me and 2 cool other guys. You know, I didn't make enough money, so you had to spread the rent.
Three's company.
Yep. Yeah, lots of fun back then. 1992, man. I guess we'll get into a little bit more like the movies coming out back then. A big movie coming out that you will all see in a little bit. But a good time. Just the start of Pat's adult life begins in 1992. And from there, the rest is history. And it's just me. Well, with that, that's going to bring us to the end of this part of the show. You got a comment or a question or some memories from 1992 or some triangle era stuff that we would love to know and get a conversation going with you in the comments below.
Hey, we've got live chat comments from our live chat participant. You too could be in on that if you're a Crusaders Club member, getting these secret live recordings. Kathy says that she was a student at the best university in Alabama. I'm going to say the world. And she wrote War Eagle because she was at Auburn University, where Delvin and I would show up a scant 3 years later.
And you never ran across each other in the campuses?
Me and Delvin, we hung out all the time.
No.
Yeah, I ran across him all the time.
With Kathy?
No, she graduated before we got there. She's a little older than us. We don't talk about it.
Okay, cut that out. Edit that out. Well, that is awesome. Good memory. Thank you for sharing that, Kathy. We do appreciate that. With that, that's going to bring us to the end of this part of the show. You got a comment or a question? Send us an email at contact@longboxcrusade.com or make a comment on the Longbox Crusade X, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. We will be right back.
Discover the legendary Q106.5 in your car, on your smart speaker, on your phone. Browse to Q1065.com. 80s, 90s. This is a radio station with a vibe. Download our app or listen online. Search at Q1065 Radio on social media. The Q is your favorite radio station. Discover Q106.5 and hear the 80s and 90s hits on the radio station with personality. Q106.5.
Welcome back from the break. Let's continue with the show. Now it's time to scan through the featured issue of The Adventures of Superman, number 491 from June of 1992 for the top ads that stood out to us in the segment called Add It Up.
Add it up. Add it up.
All right, here are the ads that stood out to us in this issue. And let's go and have Jarrett. What ad did you see?
I picked Encino Man, Pat, as a ad for the movie Encino Man, which stars Brendan Fraser. I'm blanking on the other two guys. I know who they are.
What's his name?
Sean Astin.
Brendan
And Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore. Yep.
That's who it is, yeah. And I picked this one because I remember this being like the movie of 92, like that summer, like the teen movie, right? Mm-hmm. And people would use quotes and riffs on it all the time, right? And I would pretend to get it. Encino Man. I saw Encino Man for the first time like last year. I'd never seen this dang movie. And it was sort of like that micro cultural phenomenon. I mean, it's not like it's Raiders of the Lost Ark that's going to endure for decades, but in that summer, in that, about a year, like there was the Pauly Shore era, right?
Yeah.
There was the Pauly Shore era. And this was almost like the beginning of it, I think. And then he would get on to star in his own movies. But yeah, this one and Biodome was another one of his that I never did see at the time. And I've gone back and watched them over the last year. So I did enjoy Encino Man. It was really fun to watch it in my 40s and start checking all the boxes of all the jokes I pretended to get back in 1992. So nice. Encino Man, I picked it. I didn't see it at the time, but it meant more to me now when I saw it in retrospect.
I may have seen it back then. Either I don't think I went to the theater to see it, but I probably, video rental when it came out.
Oh, Pat, how could I be remiss? I believe somewhere in today's Superman story, they were talking about Terminator 2. He's like, I'll wait to get it on laser disc.
Yes.
And I was like, how did we forget to bring that up in the chat?
Oh, yeah. I thought about that when I read it. Like, yeah.
Pat has an amazing laser disc collection, by the way. Do you have T2 on laser disc? Is that available?
I do.
Do you have it?
I do have T2 on laser disc. T2 Prophecy. And T1.
Prophecy has been fulfilled.
Yes.
Dang, Pat, save something for the rest of us.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and go to Delvin. What is your ad?
There is an ad for Super WrestleMania. Not just WrestleMania, Super WrestleMania. I happened to see some Instagram meme.
Real?
No, it was a meme recently, and it said something to the effect of it's like 90s games is like the advertisement. It was like some beautiful picture, and then it's like the actual graphics in the game. And it was this unrecognizable smudge. And it made me laugh, like looking at the advertisement of this, and it says, "So real, you wish it was just a game." Like it is a game, and it's probably a poorly pixelated 8-bit game. But hey, before I go too hard to paint crapping on it, I know I did not play this, but I guarantee you, like if I played it even today, I'd probably get a lot of entertainment value out of it. And on the cover, they advertise there were some pretty big time wrestlers. I think all of them are now WWE Hall of Famers. You got Macho Man Randy Savage, you got Sid Vicious, you got the Road Warriors, you got Jake the Snake Roberts, and you have Hulk Hogan. So. And then I can't it's just too small for me to look at the ones on the bottom. But it's also cool that they had it on Nintendo and Super Nintendo. So that was cool as well. So I would have played this game if I ever get back to Jared's place. I guarantee you Jared has the game. I could pop it in over there and play it.
Dang right I do.
Yeah, they don't give the names of the people in that lower box area of the.
Well, man, at the time, they're probably just assuming the people reading this probably know who they are.
Because, at the time, I probably could have named them all myself.
Yeah, this was wrestling, man. Like everyone watched it. It was very ubiquitous. To use a big word, everybody knew about these. I mean, I would guarantee you, like the average person of our age, if you just say blah blah blah, Macho Man Randy Savage, they know exactly who you're talking about. Same thing with Jake the Snake, Sid Vicious. Right.
Yeah, the only one I didn't know was Process of Elimination was Sid Vicious. I'm not as familiar with him, but I knew everybody else. I mean, the Snake was a dead giveaway. All right, folks, you may notice that someone's missing here in mid-sequence. Pat got called away on an emergency via the Pat phone, the Bat phone, the Pat phone. Yeah, the Pat phone. So I believe we have Jason left on what is his ad of choice. Jason, what do you got?
Upper Deck, baby.
Why did I even ask?
Those baseball cards, man.
Jason, I collected the heck out of those.
I spent a small fortune on them. I still got some back here to this day. Man,
they're going to be worth millions, Jason.
Oh, man. Remember there was this pitcher, last name was Erickson, pitch for the Twins.
Yeah.
And
Scott Erickson?
Yeah.
Scott Erickson. That's the one. Yeah. That year they won the World Series, which I think might have been the year here. Like it was 90 or 91, something like that, when they beat the Braves. And Erickson had this season, man. He 20 game winners, sub-3 ERA, like just came out of the gate roaring. I got me a pack of Top Stadium Club premium cards when they came out.
Fancy one.
Scott Erickson's in this deck. And I open it up in the store, and the store owner says, "I'll pay you $25 right now for that card." I was like, "Step off, old man. This thing's going to pay for my college." He never had a season like that again. I could give that card away. I should have made $25. But it was pretty cool because in that ad, you see Ken Griffey Jr., you see Frank Thomas talking about Auburn alum right there.
Yes, sir.
Big Hurt.
Ricky Henderson, rest in peace. Lots of great players, and man, I spent many a dollar on those cards.
Frank Thomas came about during, the so-called steroid era, and I'm not going to even go on my rant about what I feel about that, but Frank Thomas was never accused. He was just a big bastard.
He was a beast, man.
He came into the league a big bastard. He left the league a big bastard. No one ever questioned Hurt, and that's kind of awesome because he was right in that era. He was so yeah.
Fantastic.
Well-timed comment in the chat from MVP Captivating Kathy Bright. She says the Big Hurt, he was at the Auburn LSU baseball game that she went to on Saturday, so she just got to lay eyes on the Big Hurt himself.
Nice.
He's definitely royalty at Auburn, that's for sure.
Yeah, you've had a couple good ones come from come from Auburn, man. Greg Olson was another one, relief pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles.
Tim Hudson.
Tim Hudson. Yeah.
Bo something. Jefferson? Bo Jefferson, is that right?
Something.
Oh, man, yeah.
I'll think of it later.
He played like every sport.
Well, awesome. Those are the ads that we picked. Now, if you have this issue and you want to let us know what your favorite ad is, you know how to do that at Longbox Crusade, X, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube. Let us know. In the meantime, we're going to move on to a little segment we call Way Back in Time.
Once again, it is time to take another revealing peek back into history.
What famous date shall I set it to today, Mr. Peabody?
June 1992.
Got it.
All right, guys, it's time to get into the major news from June of 1992. And as we do, Pat gives us a whole list of things to pick from. Somebody pick something that you like. Delvin.
I'm gonna save the obvious one for you, Jared, on June 19th. I mean, it would just be cruel if I didn't, or if I didn't save it. I'll read two since we have the opportunity to. On June 24th, the NBA draft, LSU center Shaquille O'Neal was the first pick by the Orlando Magic. Just a very quick story. During the early 90s, at that 12, 13, 14 year old, I rooted for a different team. And the biggest player or largest player on that other team that shall not be mentioned was Robert Horry, a name that people might know in the NBA. And Robert Horry is not a small man, 6'7" or whatever, but Shaq is 7'1", like 300 pounds. He was so dominant. You would throw the ball. If he got a ball in a certain spot, everyone else just ran down the court and just let him dunk it because you were just going to get dunked on and mowed over. And we'll just save the trouble. We'll just give him the 2 points and just go. The other one very quickly would be June 28th, the USA Dream Team beats Cuba in the first exhibition basketball game by a score of 133-57. My God, devastating.
Just a reminder of my favorite stat about the Dream Team, which, by the way, if you weren't around in 92, they were everywhere. They were marketing. McDonald's had Dream Team meals and all this stuff. My favorite stat about the Dream Team is the head coach, which was Phil Jackson, I do believe.
Yep.
Never called a timeout the entire Olympic season. Not one. Because why do you need to?
Did he even show up?
Did he show up? I don't know.
Oh, no. They went on a 10-0 run, and now we're only up 70.
Time to put Jordan back in.
You remember the Ballad of, I think, it was Ballad of Ricky Bobby. It's before he starts driving because he's working for another driver. And the driver's so far behind, he quits. And he's sitting in the stands telling him, these pretzels are great. That's Phil Jackson during the 1992. These nachos are incredible. All right, let's go to Jason for his favorite news story from June of 1992.
Well, this one struck a chord with me, Jared, because I know you were a big Elvis fan back in the day. I imagine you still like Elvis. And I remember this on June 4th, because they had the USPS had this big voting competition to see which artistic rendition of Elvis Presley they were going to put on their stamp. And so there was an older Elvis at the end of his career and the younger Elvis kind of in the beginning of his career. And by a wide margin, 75%, according to this bullet, people preferred young Elvis over old Elvis.
Yeah, I remember that. It's definitely 50s Elvis versus, I want to say the one that made the final cut was sort of comeback Elvis in the black.
Yeah, with the Thunderbird wings and everything.
I could be wrong. But I definitely remember the one that won. And I, being an Elvis fan, I got some of those stamps, much like the baseball cards. This is going to be worth $1 billion, not realizing everybody went out and bought one, right? But it was a really good artist rendition. I mean, I can still picture it in my head to this day. Good stamp. And thanks for leaving it for me, guys. One of my very favorite movies of all time came out on June 19th. And that would be Batman Returns, starring Michael Keaton as Batman, Danny DeVito as the Penguin, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, and myself, Christopher Walken, as Max Schreck. Definitely was darker than the first one. I remember the big to-do was the McDonald's Happy Meal toy tie. The McDonald's people were not happy when the movie came out. They were like, wait a minute, this penguin dude gets killed in the end. He's got like green blood running out of his mouth. And they're just like, like Max Shrek gets fried.
Chicken nuggets, kids.
Like it was. It was a thing. It was a thing. So yeah, but Batman Returns is definitely one of Jared's very favorites. I love Keaton as Batman. Then you toss in Christopher Walken. I mean, and Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman might be the cinematic Catwoman still to this day.
Yeah,
she's so good. So anyway, yeah, I just loved it. So there you have it. There,
I liked it. I liked the second one better than the first one a little bit. What about you?
Yeah, in a lot of ways, yes. I mean, you don't have Nicholson, and he's big, right? And the first one was just so mind-blowing with how it looked. But then I really like the way they turned Gotham on its ear in the second one because they made it wintertime. I watch it every Christmas because it's a Christmas movie. So now you get Gotham covered in snow, and it's almost like a black and white movie because Catwoman's very black and white, and Penguin's very black and white. Has a real good look to it. And Batman does do, I think, more Batman-y hand-to-hand combat. He does, more research detective work on trying to figure out what's really going on with the Penguin. I do think in the end, if you force me to choose, I'd say I like it a little better than 89. But man, I like the 89. I like the Returns. I like the Forever. I know. I'm warming up the Batman and Robin too, by the way. Just get ready to boo me on all four corners. But anyway, let's get, speaking of movies, let's find out, Batman Returns is probably going to be in our top 3 because it's released in this month and it was a big deal. But let's go ahead and count down the top 3. You know what? I won't steal all the thunder all the time. I'll take number 3, which was House Sitter. It was a comedy that made $94 million. I have a vague recollection of House Sitter.
Was that the one with Christina Applegate?
I think that's Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Yeah, I thought that was Adventures in Babysitting.
No, that was Elizabeth Shue.
That's Elizabeth Shue. I want to House Sitter. Why am I thinking that it might have Goldie Hawn? People in the chat, go look into that. While we're checking that down, let's go to number 2. We'll go to Jason because I feel like, hey, Goldie Hawn and Steve Martin. That's what Kathy says in the chat. So I think I'm on to something.
Oh, you're on to something.
I feel like Jason's probably the biggest fan of number 2, which was a pretty good movie.
Oh, yeah. I love number 2. Number 2 is Patriot Games. And Patriot Games, of course, starring Harrison Ford, raked in $178,100,000. Well, Harrison Ford was already a megastar. This just made him a bigger megastar because Alec Baldwin was like, "Oh, I get to be Jack Ryan, right?
Wrong,
right?" And Harrison Ford says, "Nah."
Harrison Ford ended up doing it twice, I think. Executive, yeah.
Oh, he did Clear and Present Danger, and
oh, right,
Executive Decision was a Kurt Russell movie
with a little Steven Seagal.
With a little Steven Seagal in it. Yep.
Yeah, Patriot Games. That's a movie I came too late. Sean Bean, I think, plays the villain. Which is out of character for him. But anyway, let's go to Delvin. Reveal
Sam Jackson in there too.
Oh yeah, and James Earl Jones. Anyway, Delvin, reveal the number 1 movie. It's quite the mystery.
Right, but we're here to unveil that mystery. Batman Returns was the number 1 movie at this time. It raked in $267 million. It's a lot of money.
That's that Bruce Wayne money right there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's shift gears and go into the top 3 songs according to Billboard in June of 1992. We'll go in backwards order. So, Delvin, give us that number 3. Or are you going to give it to us, or we just never? Go ahead.
Hey, look, Jared, if you're locking, you're losing. And I'm out the door. My Lovin', You're Never Gonna Get It by En Vogue.
I know this
beautiful.
One. Never gonna get it.
That's right. Them some beautiful ladies, baby.
Now it's time for the breakdown.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get
it. I want to say, connection time. I want to say En Vogue had a cameo in Batman Returns. I believe they are the girls that walk up to the...
I think you're right.
When Robin, or he's not Robin yet, but Dick Grayson's driving it, and they go, "Wait a minute, you're not Batman. That's Batboy." I think that's them.
I think you're right. I think you're right. I mean, you talk about some ancient
Like
Relic
the
of a
light
memory.
bulb's like, baby. All right. Which goes to, I'm glad we went in reverse order again, because I think Jason's probably most familiar with this one of these three songs. Go for it, Jason. Number 2.
It's Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's the one that ends with them just singing like jumble, right?
Under the bridge downtown.
This where I drew some blood. Under the bridge downtown. I cannot get enough.
I can't remember which band member it was, but I learned recently that the chorus that sings with him is literally his mom's church chorus. Like he just asked his mom's church choir to do the backup, and that's like, yeah. Kathy from the chat clears it up for us and says, yes, In Vogue was in Batman Forever. She's valuable out there tonight. That's why she's the MVP. Right?
I know.
She's MVP.
And then I got the number 1 song, which, I mean, it was infectious. I actually just got this CD at the Goodwill like 2 weeks ago, and it is Crisscross singing Jump, Jump. The Mac Daddy make you
Jump, jump,
Crisscross will make you
jump,
Jump,
jump.
jump.
dun, dun. That's from a Michael Jackson dun, dun, or a Jackson 5 song. Dun, dun, dun. That's the little sample from it. Is from
ABC.
Yeah, I think so. One of those old Jackson 5. But I gotta say, I love that song. I think we all probably danced to it at some point. Me, probably more than once. It was a lot of fun. I mean, they were like young 14, 15-year-old guys doing the rap, and it was a lot of fun, high energy. People really enjoyed it. Although the one part that always bugged me is it goes, so they check it out. Some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. Say some of them try to rhyme, but they can't. Some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. But
So you're basically saying it doesn't rhyme.
Like that didn't rhyme at all.
There we go.
What's going on, man? You're telling me about the rhyming skills. Oh man! Later on, the Fly of the Conchords will do that with I'm the hip hop hippopotamus. My lyrics are bottomless.
It kind of rhymes.
Kathy's got our back once again. It's "I Want You Back" by the Jackson 5.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Kathy, in the chat. If you want to be the savior of the show, like Kathy in the chat, patreon.com/longbox crusade. Get in on this, man. It's fun times.
I like Too Many on the Dance Floor by the Concords. That was my favorite.
You got just making things for Pat to edit at this point.
On the dance floor.
There he goes. There you go.
That's what he gets for answering his phone.
That's a good point. All right, folks, that brings us to the end of this part of the show. Let's get to the feedback portion of the show called Crusader Comments. Of course, we're thrilled to kick these off. Special shout outs to our club members. These are the fine folks who have joined our crusade to get priority seating as podcast guests, early access to special long box episodes, voting to help determine show content, bailing us out when we can't remember stuff in the chat, backstage access to live recordings, and so much more. These are the folks reaping the benefits and giving much appreciated support to the show.
Alan W. Wright.
And Helica Wolf.
Oh. Auburn Elvis.
Bill Beer.
Billy D.
Bradley Dello.
Braxton Underwood.
The newlywed Carrie.
Clinton Robertson.
Captain Entropy.
Clark Westfield.
Dave Collins. The Battle Van. That's right. You heard it right.
That was very nice of you. Eric Hodges.
He is going to keel over when he hears that. Eric Porter.
Ezra Gallo. Biggest Superman fan I know. I have to shout him out on a Superman episode.
Yep. Gary V.
Gene Hendricks.
George Meal. Biggest Superman fan I know. Got to give him a shout out on Superman episode.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want Ezra to get too comfortable with it.
Gerald Green.
Heinz K.
James Hibden.
Django Unfettered.
Jason Keane.
Jason Lady.
Jeff Polier.
Jeremy L.
Jim Jarman. Hope you like Jim Jarman too.
Jim Meal.
Joe Man Conan.
Joe Thomas.
John Watson.
Josh Strickland.
Candace Ward.
Captivating Kathy Bright, the MVP, saving us tonight again on the chat.
Yeah, at one point I was like, my name's Jason. She's like, no, it's Delvin. I'm like, oh.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Matt and Lissy Passo.
Mark Ross.
Maxwell Traver.
Michael Minton.
Miranda W. of the Delicious Street Taco fame.
P.D. Devons.
Paul Hicks.
Rick. Jeff and Rick present.
Ronald Easterday.
Rob Morgan.
Samantha Maney.
Sean Urbanski.
Spidey 67.
Spreadsheet,
Steve Cronin,
Tim Price,
Tony Pennington,
and Toronto Cop.
If we miss anyone on the list, we apologize. Keep in mind, we record these episodes well in advance of a release. If you're a recent edition, we'll add you soon. And hey, quick shout out to those Crusaders Club members where I put a question out there about Saturday Matinee Theater. Should we keep the commercial? Should we lose the commercial? Get to the show faster? Unanimous. Lots of chatter about it. People love the commercial. Just one of the benefits you get from being a Crusaders Club member. You're helping decide show content, and we really appreciate that kind of stuff. Anyways, if we did miss you, send an email to contact@longboxcrusade.com. We'll get it straightened out. As a reminder, you can join that awesome Crusaders Club with those awesome people by going to patreon.com/longboxcrusade for as little as $1 a month. You can have access to that club, and we'd love to see you there. Get to see what we're chatting about over there behind the old paywall. I mean, at $1, is it really a wall? It's more like a pay curb.
Maybe a hedge,
pay hedge at the most, maybe. But hey, that's what's going on, and we'd love to see you there. Now, if you're counting your dimes, counting your pennies, we understand that. Way you can help us out, give us a like, give us a repost, comments, writing comments wherever you can. Always helps the algorithm. So, you know what? Head on over to YouTube, check it out when this is released, and write a comment. Be like, this is the worst show I have ever heard. And that will still help the algorithm because people will be in the comment section. So these are things you can do if you don't want to spend any money, and we still appreciate it. Guys, that is about it for the show. We haven't released the last recording yet, so we don't have any feedbacks. We'll do that thing where eventually things will catch up and we'll have plenty of feedbacks to talk about. For this one, though, we're going to shut this down. We invite you to leave us a voicemail at 707-532-5269, 707-532-LBOX. Somebody sing something witty.
Sing something witty
over the phone.
Didn't let me down. All right, guys. Thanks for everybody, for all the things you do, whether it's a like, a share, a follow, a comment. We appreciate all that stuff, and that is the show. You can always check out the website, which is longboxcrusade.com. It's a great place to just look at the entire history of the Longbox Crusade, and it goes back a ways. We are celebrating, I think, year 9 here shortly, boys, and that's pretty exciting. I want to thank Pat for leading this show, even though he had to dip out there. I want to thank myself for saving the day. I want to thank Jason for being clever and sharing his things that Pat has to edit out. And, of course, Delvin for keeping the homescapes going.
One many puzzles, Jared. Many puzzles.
Let's see where we could find each other on the internet, because I think it's just you and I. Delvin, go ahead, bud.
DEERAY1977 on Blue Sky, and Delvin Ray on Threads. Jared.
I'm at Yard Sale Artist on X, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you want to reach out to Pat, he is on X. He is at Christatos01, and Christatos is with a K. Thanks for listening, everybody. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Longbox Crusade. Until next time, take care, and please join us on the next episode where we continue the crusade to
Read them all.
The intro music is provided by musical genius Joe November.
Check out his SoundCloud at JOSEFLIN99. You won't regret it.
All songs, song clips, and characters discussed are copyright of their respective copyright holders, and no infringement is intended. We are just fans that like to share our love of comics.
Outtakes.
concert did you skip to be with the LBC crew?
I was about to ask that.
Duran Duran. No, she wouldn't skip.
She wouldn't skip that. We're kind of like Duran Duran. We're like a boy band.
For us, then she would go to the concert and then save us for the morning after.
Because we're
Come on, you knew that was coming.
It's coming undone.
You could have smelled that a mile away, like a hungry like a wolf.
Smell like you sound.
Mm-hmm. Lost and unfound.
All right, let's get back to our ordinary world of recording. These Duran puns do anything for me?
Do you need to go get some more tacos?
I'm good. Let's go.
They're downstairs, so you gotta come down on them.
Oh man, that was.
It was still funny though. It's a good joke. If you see the setup coming, it's still laughing.
I didn't see that one coming, so you got me. You blindsided me on that one. The yard sale our days.
Add it up, add it up, add it up, add it up. See what you got.
We got to do that now because we don't want to copyright. I don't have to go back and fix another 160 episodes.
So take me away. I don't mind. But
you're too close. You're too close. You're going to get a slag.
Sorry.
Chop it up.
Yeah, no, just